funny the way you tell a story and everything.
Funny how? What's funny about it?
Just
What?
You talk funny.
You mean, let me understand this, because, maybe it's me. I'm a little fucked up, maybe, but I talk funny how? How do I talk funny? I talk funny like a clown. I amuse you.
Get the fuck out of here, Sharon.
No, we got a show to do, you stuttering prick, ya.
Welcome to We Tawk Funny, a weekly hour-long podcast hosted by Sharon Pfeiffer and Joe Rubo, a show that's less about the way they talk and more about what they talk about. WTF, a show about entertainment, celebrity, comedy, culture.
Welcome to another episode of the We Talk Funny podcast here in the beautiful Podcast Junkie Studios in Boca Raton, Florida. What a show we have again tonight.
But oh, yeah. Every week
another week
better.
Went quick.
I know. Yeah. I know. How was your weekend?
It was nice. Good. How about you? You did a little traveling?
I had a great weekend. I went up to New York to visit my daughter, my family, and it was really nice. The weather wasn't so great. They haven't had a
break up there at all.
No, they have 9 months of winter and that's it.
I was there 2 weeks ago. And I couldn't wait to come back.
It was cold the whole time. I did not bring the right clothes. I was just frozen.
You bring no jackets in that?
I did, but like you never warm up. You
figure in May it's going to be warm, but
that's what you think.
Yeah,
but no,
you never knew.
It was miserable. So I went up. I went to see my daughter, and then I made my visit to my mom. As you know, my mom passed away.
Yes.
Not quite a year ago, so I went out to Long Island to the cemetery to visit with my mom, and that's always good, and it's
good, but I went through that with my dad, and after a while, it's like,
it's hard. Yeah. It's not. I don't know. It's hard. But it was interesting because my daughter, who's almost 40,
right?
So, she's my only child.
Yes, I know.
And so you have to start having those conversations, those hard conversations, like, and she actually brought it up. Uh-oh. I did not bring it up. She brought it up, and she was like, "So, Mom, what are your wishes?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What are my wishes? What are you talking about?" She said, "No, well, what do you want to do? When your time comes." And I was like, I don't really give a shit. You take care of it.
It's
I'll be dead. I don't really care.
When I talk to my kids about it, they get mad at me. You're not going anywhere, Dad. I said, nope.
Yeah.
I got to make sure you guys are taken care of. We don't want to talk about it.
Right. Yeah. That's the attitude I always had with, with my mom, my dad, and Lahoma, which what I went through with all that. And that's not the smart way to handle it. And my daughter's very matter of fact. My daughter's so much smarter than I am. And she wants to have those real conversations. And you know what? I think that's really smart.
Yeah.
And which brings us to...
A perfect segue
to our guest tonight. Our guest tonight is just an amazing individual who is so knowledgeable in that area. And I'm not going to say estate planning because that's not what he does. He's actually I'm just going to say an insurance dude because I don't want to, use words that I'm not really familiar with. I'm going to let him explain what he does. But part of the conversation that I had with Danielle, Joe, was she asked me, she said, "Well, what kind of life insurance do you have, Mom?" And I don't mind telling you, I don't have life insurance.
Neither do I.
Right. Well, and she said, "Why don't you have life insurance?" And I'm single.
Yeah.
So I'm single. So she said, "Mom, that's not smart."
No,
and I said, "Again, Danielle, when I die, I will be dead." And I don't, she said, "But Mom, you got to think about these things." So without further ado, we're going to introduce our guest for this week. His name is Scott Storick, and he is a guru when it comes to all things insurance. So
and wealth management, right?
Yep. And wealth management. Yep. So here you go. Scott,
pleasure to have you.
How you doing? Thank you.
Pleasure to have you in the studio tonight. Thank you so much for being here with us. And you're going to explain all the golden nuggets.
Absolutely.
Right? So regarding like with what my daughter said, so she said, "Mom, you have to have life insurance." And I'm very proud of it. I'm 62 years old. I do not have life insurance. It's something that I did have when she was born, actually. My daughter's almost 40 years old. So 40 years ago, I did have life insurance, and I had it for a long time. But at one point, it became necessary, A, that I just couldn't afford to pay for it every month, and B, I had the kind of policy, I don't even know what it's called, where, I stopped and I got money back. I got a check, and I needed it, so I just stopped it, and that's what happened. So, what is your opinion on,
Well, I think every situation is different.
Right.
And being a single mother or a single father, it depends where you're at. If your kids are older, it just depends what you're trying to accomplish. But the big issue is what you're trying to do is make sure you're covered in every way.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Right.
it makes a lot of sense.
And you want to make sure you can financially afford it, and make sure that it's accustomed to what you want to do. So, for example, a single person with no kids at home doesn't necessarily need life insurance, except maybe for final expense.
Right.
But with the situation we sell with National Life Group, our policies cover you for disability and long-term care. And the big issue with that is everybody, by living long enough, will need long-term care eventually,
Right.
without any health problems.
Right.
So this is a way to have something at an affordable price that's payable directly to you. Most long-term care policies only pay directly to a senior living center. That means
Right.
you have to move into a senior living center.
Right.
And let's say you're 65. Men don't last very long in senior living centers. They last less than 2.5 years,
Yeah.
3 years. Women last 7 or 8 years, but their house, they last double that amount. So,
Wow.
so it's better for you to have stay your
Home
home.
care.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I do with my mom now. She has home care.
It's going to add years to her life. And also being in Florida. I think Florida, the sunlight helps it as well in Florida.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So you sell all, it just depends on everybody's situation.
Yeah.
You sell all different.
Well, I like National Life because it covers anybody, because just by living long enough, you're going to have an issue, whether
Right.
it be death, disability, or long-term care, because a lot of women have some type of cancer during their lifetime.
Right.
When I say that, 1 out of every 3. So that happens, and they're out of work for 6 months or 9 months, taking radiation or chemo.
Right.
They're stressed out. They pay a lump sum of money up front, tax-free to them, so they don't have to worry about that problem.
Do they always, do you have to always go get a physical and all that?
We don't require a physical up to age 65.
Oh, I better get in on that.
I got 2 years left. So I got to hurry up too.
Yeah. So you said that you recommend it more so like if you're a married couple, or not so much?
Well, if you're a married couple and you have a house, you have debts, you have children, you definitely need the insurance for death to protect
Right.
yourself. But this is the way to protect yourself selfishly for disability and long-term care, because if you got a health problem and you want to depend on yourself,
Right.
it'd pay you directly. You don't have to ask anybody for money. It's a
Right.
claim paid directly to you.
So what's, how do I word this? What is the difference? Because again, I don't know anything about insurances, but I know there's 2 different kinds of policies, like the one that I had
I was just
that I
gonna
mentioned,
ask that
where you
question.
get
Yeah.
you get money back, and then there's insurance policies that you just pay into and no money comes back.
Well, it depends. So if let's take someone that's 65 years old. In my opinion, he could do a permanent policy, a whole life, or an IUL, which has cash value, or he could do a term. With term insurance, it's a death benefit only. I would not suggest that, but a living benefit policy will cover you for disability and long-term care. So if you do a 20 or 30-year level term, you're going to qualify for long-term care before you're 90. I mean, statistically, if you look at that.
Right.
And so you save a lot of money by buying a term policy that way, because you're getting disability and long-term care coverage that you'll use. And once you qualify, 80% of the cost goes away.
So that's both that policy you
Yeah.
showed me. It's
Yeah,
life
there's
insurance.
It depends on your budget, but it's a way to definitely
Right.
see by
Yeah.
doing that.
So I was talking to my daughter earlier, and she had all these. I was like, Danielle, do you have any idea? If you were going to sit in on the panel, what kind of questions would you ask? And she said, oh, she watches the ID channel a lot.
Okay.
And she said that she's always curious at these people that are so stupid when 9 times out of 10, these murderous couples, it's not just men, it's not just women, it's men and women, that they end up,
teamwork.
they end up, because they want to get this insurance policy. But 9 times out of 10, they never get away with it because they get caught. So, like, if that happened where the guy, the husband or the wife, killed the spouse, and so now the insurance company doesn't pay out. But what about the kids?
Well, it could be a claim. I'm sure there's a lawyer involved to go after the estate for the kids. And as long as the kids have a legal heir, like an attorney or some appointed person from a will, they can get the money.
So they can get the money.
It's a it's a lawsuit.
Turns into a lawsuit?
I mean, they got to follow.
So, also my daughter, I'm blaming all this on my daughter because she came up with these great ideas.
She came up with these.
I actually came up with the ideas. I'm just pinning it on my daughter. So, I was telling her, I said, he has his office right in Meisner Park. So first thing that came out of my daughter's mouth was, whoa, she. Right? So I said, well, I think that people with a lot of money have different issues and requirements than people that don't have money. Right?
100%.
Is that true?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Because you have
more bills.
You have more things to provide for, more things to take care of, yeah?
Yep.
So are there different policies that are structured? Like,
the people.
How does that work?
Well, Florida has a lot of great net worth down here. I mean, you see houses out here that are $25, $40, $50 million. You don't see that in North Carolina where I'm from or South Carolina. You see them down here. So there's a thing called survivorship that pays upon the second death because of the estate taxes. That you see that a lot down here for survivorship.
So can you explain that a little bit? Because what you just said,
So a survivorship policy basically is a way to take money and save taxes for the estate. So if your goal is to pass your estate down to your kids, let's say you have property and a business, the government's going to charge a tax on that.
Right.
And it's based on the appraised value of. So let's say it's $20 million in taxes. They're better off buying an insurance policy for $20 million than actually using $20 million in cash. So it might cost them a couple $1 million instead of $20 million. So it's a better financial buy for them to do it that way.
I want to have these problems so bad.
Me too.
Oh my God. I want to have these problems so bad.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Big problem, huh?
Yeah.
So here's an interesting question that I have for you. So, like I mentioned earlier, I lost my mom not quite a year ago. My dad is still with us, right? So my dad owns the family home outright. There's no mortgage, there's no nothing. And I'm so happy for him that he has that. So myself and my brother David were kind of like co-executors, but neither one of us have seen the will.
That's the problem.
Yes. Now, I don't want to go too deep into this because I just don't want to. But a week after my mom passed, the woman who was like my mother passed exactly 1 week later to the minute. They died at the exact same time.
Wow.
The whole time I knew Lahoma, not the whole time, but once we became bonded, where she was calling me her daughter and I was calling her my Florida mom, she told me that I was in her will. And she actually had, the lawyer took all my information, my Social Security and everything, blah, blah, blah. Well, P.S., when my mom and Lahoma both got sick the exact same day, April 10th.
Wow.
So it was like Sophie's choice. I had to choose who to take care of. Go to my mom in Virginia and help my dad with my mom, or stay here with Lahoma. What do you do? So I had to go to Virginia.
Yeah.
So while I was in Virginia taking care of my mom, and they both had the same trajectory, Scott, Lahoma and I have such goosebumps. Lahoma and my mom both just nosedived. Okay? So while I was in Virginia caring for my mom, and I was her hospice nurse and everything, the people that were caring for Lahoma brought in her lawyer to the house, and they changed her will. Now, I know there's nothing I can do about it. I already know this, but I never had a copy of the original will because, like you and your children, I never wanted to talk to her about it because I loved her. That I could talk, Shari knows that I could talk about this without crying is unbelievable. But what I want to ask you is, because when I asked my dad, when everything was, the dust all settled and I got through all of this, I said, Dad, as executor of your will, I feel like because I have 3 brothers and a sister also, that I need to see the will, like to know. And he said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And by the way, when I talk to, this is going to sound so funny, Jim, my ex-husband, who I'm like this with, we have a company together, that's another long story, and I'm sorry that I'm doing all the talking.
No, it's all right. I'm used to it.
Same thing, because I'm a signer on all of his bank accounts, I said, Jim, I think I should see your will, because I'm executor of his will.
What did he say?
Absolutely not.
Well, let me cut you off. That can mean 2 things with both.
Right, they're afraid I'm going to kill them. They're afraid that I'm going to kill them.
Yes.
But
Or there's a surprise in the will.
Right. It's a surprise. Either you're getting everything or you're getting nothing.
So, what do you do in a situation like that?
I see it a lot, especially with doctors.
It took me a long time to get to that question. I apologize.
No, it's a great question. I had a doctor that was probably worth $25 million, and I kept trying to get him to redo his will because there was mistakes in it. A big law firm had did it, and he made his kids the beneficiaries of the trust for a retirement plan. It had $5 million in it. What happens when you die and you're not the wife or spouse, it's taxable.
Right.
And so instead of getting that money rolled over and paying it over 10 years, they had to pay immediate taxes on $5 million.
Right.
They lost over.
I told my dad to put everything in a trust, and he said, I'm not doing that.
Well, you can't put qualified money in a trust. It's got to go to the beneficiary.
Well, what did I tell him to do? I told him that he needs to do something that it would be beneficial for what did I tell him to do, Shari? We talked about this. Irrevocable trust?
Yeah, revocable, yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's good.
And he said, I'm not doing that.
Why?
Because his person in Virginia, and he doesn't want to talk about
Does
it.
he have
person?
He does, his financial person.
Does he have a power of attorney?
Do you want me to go see him?
No, there's no power of attorney.
But who has the power of attorney for the will?
I think the lawyer.
Uh-oh.
Oh, who has the health care authority?
I don't know. He won't. I don't know.
He's making a serious mistake because not to have his daughter or
And I feel like I'm so in the dark, and I've already done this. I've already been down.
when you go to the hospital and he's in trouble, they're not going to listen to anything you say,
I know.
Whoa.
and they don't care. And in fact, they could be mad at you because you didn't have it done.
I know.
And
We got to get that changed.
I know.
and you have no authority. I can't help anybody either because with that attorney that do that it seems like it's a conflict. I think, but this is my opinion.
I know.
Wow.
So these are conversations that, I'm very close to my dad too, and we've only gotten closer since my mom passed. But it's a hard conversation to have when somebody's so, like.
I would talk about the health care power of attorney because he's going to need someone to decide about his health care, and I would not want a lawyer deciding about health care.
That's a good way to get the conversation started.
Yeah.
If anything goes wrong with
That's
you,
what I think.
God forbid.
Because you're his
Are
daughter.
you your mom's power of attorney?
Yeah.
This is health care. Power of attorney is something different. Health care.
Right.
Health care. I always start with that because it makes no sense for him not to do that.
Okay.
When you're a female.
I'll make sure he watches this episode. Hi, Dad.
So you get your insurance company, right? Yeah.
Yes.
With you, man, I'm my mom's
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's just a way to you don't have a problem and you can't do anything about it once they're in a bad state.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's a very interesting topic, and it's a very interesting subject
Yes,
to talk about.
And a lot of people don't like to touch it.
People don't like to talk about it.
No.
I
So
think
how do you break that ice?
Well, then you see things you don't want to see on my side. You see greed that you don't want to see, that you never suspect a person would be that way.
if we were not limited by the 50 minutes, and I told you the whole story about Lahoma, you would not. I mean, you would believe it because you've heard all the stories, but it was so terrible what these people did. Terrible.
I don't understand legally how they could, if someone's in hospice, they could allow a change to happen, but you don't know what the will said.
They
so-
did. And they said she was coherent, and meanwhile she was on morphine. How are you coherent? You're not coherent.
Who signed off on it? The people.
Her, and the lawyer and the witnesses. You know who her witness was? Her cleaning lady.
Maroon.
You have to have two signatures though.
Well, it was the cleaning lady and somebody else. I don't know who.
Okay. That's interesting to me.
So you never seen the will after? Nothing? You don't know?
Never seen nothing.
Yeah. Oh, wow. They changed it. That's true.
No, I know they changed it because I was in the will. And then nobody would talk to me. You know, I know who her lawyers were. I had everything, but I just never had the will. I had the it wasn't Oppenheimer. What was it?
It was the
Yeah, I forget who the investment company was, but I had everything.
Statements.
But they were the original
Statements.
Morgan Stanley. I had everything, but because I only had the previous and not the current.
Wow.
And here's how stupid I was. Wait till you hear this. So even though I did not technically live with Lahoma, I didn't live in her home, but I did. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Back in 2011, I lived with Lahoma briefly. And I had all my things moved over to Lahoma's. My driver's license, everything. I never changed anything.
Wow.
All my things were still there. So this is where I get choked up because I was so stupid. Scott. So when I came back 5 days after she passed and the locks were changed, they changed the locks the morning she died. I could have put my foot down and said, I live here. And the cops could have come and I would have showed them everything.
Absolutely.
Oh, I have
Is the book we're telling?
No, Deerfield Beach. And I didn't because I was so consumed with so much. I was mourning. I was mourning my mother and Lahoma.
That's a lot.
And when I tell you how devastating all of it was, and the people that took over her estate was a godson that she rarely saw, and her water aerobics instructor.
Wow.
They must have had you in the will,
and they offered me a T-shirt, and I'm not joking. They said, "Would you like one of her T-shirts?"
Wow.
Yeah, you don't. I could go on. Like I could tell you, you would not believe. Like so horrible, just horrible. Oh my God! But you see this all the time, I'm sure. And there's nothing you could do about it. Because if you don't have the documentation, there's nothing you could do. I spoke to 3 attorneys, and they all were like brokenhearted for me, of course, morally.
How could she have avoided that?
If I had the original will.
Original will.
If I had the original will, I would have had a huge case.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they can change the will.
They wrote out her brother. He didn't even know. I contacted him in Kansas. He didn't even know. This poor old man, 85 years old. I said, you are aware of what's going on, right?
Wow.
He had Larry. He had no idea.
I'd love to see who the beneficiaries were of the will.
Oh, I know who they are.
Who? Let's go get him.
Who were they? The nephew?
The godson. And he wasn't a nephew, he was a godson. Godson and this water aerobics lady and her husband.
That's it? Them 3?
And the lawyer went along with that. That's interesting to me.
And when I tell you what the estate was worth, $2 $2 million.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that while she had this just very modest home. I didn't know that was what she was worth. I didn't know until after the fact.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow.
Isn't that sad?
Right.
So getting back to you and what you do for a living, it's so important to have everything in writing. And it's so important to have these things protected, right?
And reviewed from time to time.
And reviewed. Yes, reviewed.
That's the main thing, yeah.
Because you might change beneficiaries, you might change.
I said that to my daughter this week, and I said, Danielle, maybe we should just write down on a piece of paper, even though I don't have anything written, like documented, but I don't have anything even in writing. So, like, you know, something that could happen to me tomorrow. And, you know.
Wow. Yeah, everybody should have a will. They should update the will.
Yeah. I
Right.
don't even have that. I got to get that too.
Yeah. It's very important.
Yes. Because then you state what your wishes are. And,
Right.
and people have to follow it. They can't be in the dark about it.
Right.
Right. And it's, you know, people don't want to talk about it.
That's the that's the problem in a nutshell. People
don't want to talk
until
about
they
it.
get older. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot. I'm not saying this necessarily, but you see a lot of mistakes lawyers make, and they have no problem billing, but they make a lot of mistakes, and the kids pay the burden of it all.
Right.
Right. Right. And so it's good to have everything in writing. And I think, sorry, Dad, but I do think that whoever the executor is should be able to see the will. They should be able to see it.
What you're getting into.
What you're getting into. Not that you would share that information with anybody, but just so you know, so that God forbid if when that day happens, that you know.
Especially with the healthcare thing. How old is he?
He's going to be 85, June 10th.
He definitely needs a healthcare representative, and it should be
Yeah.
a family, I would think.
So my brother David and I, like I said, there's 5 of us. There was 6 of us. My brother Jimmy passed away. Again, with nothing in writing, nothing. So that was a whole debacle. So my brother David and I are the ones that will be doing everything for my dad. Because, we've been appointed. So.
But you can't be appointed to something if you don't know what the chores are.
Right. That's how I feel about it.
And it is what it is. I mean, maybe he's not sharing the will equally with everybody. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know.
But the healthcare has nothing to do with that. It's a separate
Right.
document.
So we'll start with the health. That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Selfishly, it's good for him.
Oh yeah. No, that's good. That's a good way to start. So, okay. So now let's say I decide after this podcast episode that I'm going to make an appointment with you, come in and sit down with you and talk to you. Truth be known, like I live paycheck to paycheck. I'm not one of,
You're an American.
Well, I live in Boca. So the myth is women in Boca are independently wealthy. We either are widowed wealthy or we're divorced wealthy or whatever it is. No. I'm divorced, just not successfully. So what would, are there options for someone like myself or like,
You want to make sure you have options of something you can afford.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, are there affordable options?
Absolutely. Because if you do it the traditional way of buying a long-term care policy, it's 5 times more expensive, and it's not going to pay you. It's only going to pay to take care of you in the future for 4 or 5 years. This way, it's payable for you if you have a heart attack, stroke, cancer, dementia, Parkinson's disease. It pays upon diagnosis to you directly.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to come see you too.
It's amazing coverage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the company's 176 years old. They've been out of New York. So
Okay, out of New York.
they're based in Vermont and Dallas, but they follow New York law.
Oh, wow. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Anything's better in Florida law.
No. Believe it or not, for an insurance company,
What New York law?
but seriously, believe it or not, New York law for insurance companies is the most safest and conservative way you can go. There's over 1,000 companies licensed in Florida for insurance, North Carolina, Texas, California. It's only 34 in New York. So companies you think are big aren't there anymore. MetLife, AIG, AXA, they're not there anymore because the financial requirements are so much higher in New York than they are anywhere in the United States.
So they left New York,
They couldn't
but this company's still in New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, there's 1,000 down here licensed. There's only 32 or 34 up there.
Now, if your age and stuff, like my mom, she's old. We have, I think, burial insurance and stuff, but I'd like to go over all that with you and maybe change it,
Or maybe it's great stuff. You just don't know.
Yeah. That's why we need a guy like you.
Yeah, definitely. I think everybody needs someone like yourself to speak with, especially as like I said, I'm 62. I think once you pass a certain threshold, an age threshold, you really need to sit down with someone like you, Scott, and get your affairs in order, so to speak.
Or at least
Right?
the options.
Yeah, and have options or have a plan.
Have a plan.
And then update it and make sure it's affordable.
Right.
That's the key. You don't want to run yourself out,
No, you want to buy something that you can live with and you understand why you bought it.
Yeah.
So I want to know more about you, Scott, the man. But before we get to that, we're going to take a little brief break, and we're going to just talk about one of our sponsors, which is Deckmasters of South Florida. Thank you so much. Just a quick 1-minute break. Thank you, Eric.
Hey, let's thank one of our guests, Deckmasters of South Florida.
That's perfect, Joe. And you can call John at Deckmasters, and maybe he can help you with your little problem.
What are you talking about? I don't have any problem.
That's not what I heard. Word on the street is you have a very small deck.
What? My deck is not small. It's fun size.
Yeah. That's what they all say.
My girlfriend loves my deck.
Oh, yeah? Then why is she always coming over and laying on my deck?
What? You have a deck?
Oh, yeah. And it's very big. And your girlfriend? She loves it.
I give up. Give me John's number. I give up.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, John.
I can help you with your problem. I am John, the deck master from South Florida. Damaged deck? No problem. Discolored deck? No problem. Need a new deck? We got you covered. I'm like the deck doctor, only better. Deck Masters of South Florida covers all your deck sizes. Decks, docks, boardwalks, pergolas. We got you covered. Big decks, little decks, no problem. You send me your deck pick, I'll take care of the rest.
Call Deckmasters
At
at 561-255-7921.
That's
That's 561-255-7921.
561-255-7921.
Jewelry that she promised. 7921. And her brother.
Wow.
And we're back. Welcome.
Yes, so Scott, I am so nosy. Everybody here knows that.
Sure is.
All the viewers know that. I'm very nosy. I need to know, A, how long have you been doing this? And B, what made you decide to become the insurance dude?
I've been doing it for about 35 years.
Wow.
I got in this business by luck. I'm a big basketball fanatic, and the school I went to was University of North Carolina at Charlotte.
Right.
And back in late 70s, they made the Final Four. They had a chance to actually win it. Those guys, none of them went pro except for Cornbread Maxwell, the Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
The other guys started an insurance agency, and I got out of school 6 or 7 years later. They came to me and said, "We're gonna hire you," which I couldn't believe they were gonna hire me, and I started it that way.
Wow.
That's great. I know it's a great business. I know anybody I know who's in the insurance business, they do very well.
high failure rate. It's not
Yeah.
in the high 90s, the failure rate. So it's a hard business, but it's good.
It's a tough business, but if you hang in there and you do, and you're a people person,
Yes.
That's what my
And-
son-in-law does.
Yeah.
yeah, it's supposed to be a very good business.
It's a great business, but like I said, it's just tough. I mean,
Yeah, it's a lot of competition out
so
there.
you see young people come and I worry for them because they don't put the hours in and then they don't make it.
Yeah,
They
you got to
think-
put the time in.
They think because it's insurance, they're going to make money right away. You know, they don't want to put the grit in.
And they don't have a real client base. So
Right.
what happens when they don't have, besides their mom and dad and their friends, that goes away in a couple months. What happens then?
No,
Yeah.
you got to build
So
it up.
you did this straight out of college? This is what you did? Oh, wow. Long
I mean, it's a referral business. It's kind of like real estate, would you say,
A lot like
in a way?
you know, I like that.
Because it's a referral business, and then it's repeat, right? But you have to keep that retention, and you have to, like you said, you have to review the policy. I'm sure you call people after a while and say, "Hey,
But things change for everybody. People get divorced.
things change,
people die,
right?
People have kids. All that stuff.
They get divorced, they do this, they do that."
Yeah,
Right.
You know, it's amazing, but we all change. If you look at what
Right.
last 10 years for you or you, or
Right,
me.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened with me. When my daughter was born, almost 40 years ago, I did not stay married long. I was only married, honestly, she was 9 months old when I got divorced. But I got a life insurance policy on myself because I was so worried about my daughter not having. Like, I was so worried that if something happened to me, her mom, that this baby would not have. So I got an insurance policy on myself. I think it was like $150,000, something. And I made it for her, and I paid it. And I kept paying it and paying it and paying it all the years and years and years and years. And like I said, at some point I had to, but for many, 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 many years, I did it for her because I was so worried that something was going to happen
Peace
to me.
of mind.
And I was the only, don't get me wrong, her father was very prevalent in her life, but I had sole custody of her. And I was so worried that something should happen to me that she wouldn't have what I could provide for her. So,
That's a good thing.
yeah, but then once I ended that life insurance, I don't know, I just never thought about it again until this weekend. Daniel was like, "So what are you doing?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? I got you. You're my insurance policy." I have a daughter.
I had something with our mutual friend Gil that I was telling you about.
Great guy.
And I had some stuff happen to me in between, and it lapsed, and do it back. So I want to get all those things tightened up again.
Let me know.
No doubt, 100%.
Yeah. Like you said, Scott, things change in your life, and
Yeah.
and situations change. You get married. Now, that's something that I'm curious about. So, especially at my age, I've been single for quite a while now. So, if I were to meet somebody and get married, let's say I had my own life insurance policy. Now I get married. And do I just continue with that same singular life insurance policy? Or now I'm married and now it becomes something else? Like, what do you do? Like, how does that work?
Well, let's say that I'm guessing, assuming you're probably going to marry somebody that's successful financially.
I would like that. You have anybody, Scott?
Possibly, but you'd want to insure him because he's the golden goose.
Right.
So if the golden goose goes away,
You got any golden geese for me?
people are hard to read.
Yeah.
I'm horrible. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I get that. But I'm saying, I think there are. I'm a member of the Boca Resort over here, so you see.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely have somebody for me. You are not getting out of here tonight without giving me some phone numbers. That's,
So I see all ages of couples there.
he could be 90. I don't care.
Well,
Actually, I prefer him to be 90. And then we will really talk about insurance. Woohoo!
you'll have a great time for the couple days he has left, right?
Hell yeah.
Oh, she'll kill him.
Hell yeah.
She'll put him out. Yeah, but the important thing you said is that things do change. Like, now I'm a grandfather, so there's a lot of stuff that changes,
How you feel about things,
Yeah, right. Definitely.
Well, do you, right, like, so you have an insurance policy. Now, do you want to alter it? So now you're going to include your granddaughter in.
Exactly, yeah.
Right. So now instead of this 50% to that one and 50% to that one, now you're going to do a third to that one, a third to that one, and a third to that one.
Yeah.
I was constantly changing my I'm telling you. I was like, whoa, wait a second. I'm going to give money to that one. I'm going to give money to that. Wait, my grandson was born. Money to him, money to my daughter. That's when my grandson was born, then I changed my life insurance policy because then it became my daughter and my grandson.
Right.
So
That makes sense.
I wanted him to have. I was plotting my death. I wanted everybody to have money, but I got to die for them to have money.
But it's important that, your family is set up when you're gone, especially if you're the breadwinner.
Yeah.
But not in this situation. In this situation, you could actually use 80% of it while you're alive.
That's what I like about that.
So you can live and actually use the money for yourself.
Because look at my mom now. She's bedridden. She's got great insurance, takes care of everything for her. But it's nothing like that when money's good.
Wait, what policy is that? Where you could use the money for yourself? Can I go to the casino with it?
No.
God damn it.
No, but it covers you for let's say you would have 3 or 4 stents put in your heart, have a heart attack. You're not going to die, but it's going to pay you a claim, a cash settlement,
Yeah.
and it's tax free, except for one state. What state is it taxable in?
New York?
No.
No, not Florida, is it?
No.
Where?
Massachusetts,
Really?
only state that taxes it.
No,
We got to
Florida.
call up Boston Guido
Yeah, tell him not
and
to
let him know.
Yeah.
Massachusetts, huh?
Only state. Everything's California and New York, but it's not. It's Massachusetts.
Yeah, I would say New York or Florida. You don't tax you for anything.
No,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
No. But it's a way to protect yourself. So let's say you had $1 million. My goal is I hope you use $800,000 for long-term care because you live so long, and they split $200,000.
Yeah.
And then you've won and they've won.
Right. I would
God willing.
I would be broke now if it wasn't for my mom's insurance. To take care of everything.
Because they charge what they can get away with.
Yeah. We have a nurse there every day from 9 to 3, and
Oh, God bless.
yeah, I take care of the rest.
That's
of the time.
amazing.
She probably bought the policy a long time ago.
Yeah.
The policies like that don't exist anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Now they limit it to 4, 5, or 6 years the payout, or 10 at the
Yeah.
most.
No, this has been going on for 2.5, 3 years now.
But I'm saying, but she probably bought the policy 10 or 15
Oh, she did.
years
She's
ago.
had it a long time. Yeah.
Now they're very expensive and very limited.
Yeah.
Wow. Very interesting.
Oh, it's all good stuff to know.
Yeah. So let me ask you something. You're over in Meisner Park,
Right around the corner.
and right around the corner from us. And you're not a sole, it's just you. You have people.
No, we have probably about 60 or 70 people in our office.
No.
Yeah.
60?
60. Not every day, but 60 or 70 people, yeah.
In Meisner Park?
We have the whole 3rd floor above
Above what?
the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, you're over there
Yeah.
by the parking lot.
Yeah.
I know exactly where you are.
Third
I
floor.
love that restaurant.
3rd floor.
All right, so do you go down for margaritas?
No, we have to go walk down this hall, then go down the elevator, then go
Excellent, excellent.
down. I wish you could walk straight down. But
Right? Right? Do you
must-
ever
they
like?
must love you
do you ever get
guys.
takeout? You ever like? Okay, we have a heavy duty meeting today. We're gonna get some margaritas. We're gonna get some
no, I go.
tequila.
I like to go to a bar and drink. I have a bar in my office, so I
Like us?
yes.
Woohoo! You need to have Tony go over, right, Tony? Tony, get back behind the bar. What are you doing? I'm only kidding, Tony. I yell at Tony.
She yells at
I
everyone.
yell at everybody.
That's good.
I'm very mean. I'm a mean woman. That's why I need insurance. My head's gonna pop off one day. So, all right. So you employ a large amount of people.
National Life does. I'm one of the representatives for National.
Wow. Okay. All right. All right. So you're at Meisner Park. You are over there. You go over to the Boca Resort. You're like a real Boca Raton. Do you live within the city limits?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I live in East Boca.
Me too. I'm not gonna tell you where.
I live on Forsyth Street.
Where?
Where that is.
Forsyth Street.
Where the hell was that?
It's right behind Uncle Mike's.
Do you like Uncle Mike's?
I like the.
We're gonna
music.
have him on the show.
I like the music. I think the food needs.
He's a great guy.
I think the music's great. I wish the food would be better.
Well, you know, you can't have everything, Scott.
And you're right, but I eat out for a living.
You can't have everything.
Eat out.
I eat out for a living, so it's not, I'm not a fair person to ask.
You love music?
I love music.
You love live music.
Yes.
Do you go to Funky Buddha?
Yes.
All right.
The Black Box too, and
Yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm not a singer.
oh,
So I've performed at the Black Box.
oh, okay.
I've performed all over South Florida.
Yeah, I saw. Ace Ventura. What's the name? Not Ace Ventura. John Levitt.
I was going to say
John
Andrew
Levitt.
Dice Clay,
John
right?
Levitt. I couldn't believe those two were in the Black Box in January. They were amazing.
Yeah, I
Good, huh?
bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dice has been there a couple of times.
Yeah, a couple of times.
I saw him.
Yeah,
I saw
he's
him.
great. He's actually a really great actor too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's brilliant. I love him.
But especially you realize he sold out Madison Square Garden like 2 or 3 days in a row. That's
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's one of the only comedians to do that back then. He's toned it down a little bit, but not much.
No, he's
Not
pretty,
much.
he's pretty rough.
I was going to say not much.
Not much, yeah, but a little bit. He's getting older
Yeah.
too. We're all getting older.
We're all getting older.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe. But
So you're here in Boca, and you said you're from North Carolina.
Charlotte.
Charlotte. North Carolina.
that's where you're from.
Yes, sir.
How long you been down here now?
About 19 years.
19.
You love it?
I like Boca. Nice.
What brought you to Boca?
The woman I married liked Boca better than Charlotte.
Is she from Charlotte too?
No, she's from Tampa, but she's lived in Boca for 40 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. How'd you two meet? Do you mind me asking? I'm so nosy. Oh, my God.
Yes, you really are.
I went through the divorce, and I had some friends of mine that were in their 20s, and I was telling them I studied. You know, when you go through divorce, you want to make a list so you don't make the same mistakes again.
Right.
And so I had a list, and I wanted someone 26 to 35. I was 42. And they said, we have this girl we want you to meet. I said, sounds great. And she said, but she's 40 years old. I said, that's too old. And then they called me an idiot, and then I came and met her.
You see that?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
They did the takeaways to call me an idiot, so then I showed up and they said that.
You see?
See, Boca Raton has the prettiest women in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
you look like you're in your 30s. I mean, I just think that Boca Raton, everywhere else in the United States, does not have that.
Yeah, it's beautiful women.
No, I love
that's
it
why
here.
that's why I drive from Coral Springs to LA Fitness for
Ciao.
that reason.
But seriously, if you go to Charlotte or even Atlanta or Green,
Yeah.
it's a big difference.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
They dress up to go to the gym.
Yeah, you know, I was in New York all weekend. I had I brought all these outfits. No, I did, because I knew we were going to go out. We were going to go to dinner. I have all my friends in New York. I still have all my friends. Do you know that I ended up wearing like my pajamas all weekend?
How heavy was your suitcase? How heavy was your suitcase? Did you have to pay extra?
No, it was 50 pounds.
You did it? You made
Yeah,
it?
but I fly. It was okay. It was good.
Yeah.
My suitcase was packed.
I bet.
And I had all my beautiful, pretty outfits. And my heels, everything. The jewelry to go with. Where was I going?
Yeah.
And nobody dresses. Nobody
No, not
dresses.
like they used to. Like when we went out.
We women in Florida, we get dressed. We look. Everything coordinates. We look.
There's no comparison.
There's no compare. Thank you for acknowledging that.
No comparison.
Scott.
And the work a woman has to do is amazing. It's a full-time job.
It's a
be honest.
full-time job.
I mean, it really
That's
is.
why I was late tonight.
Every night.
Fuck off, Joe.
It's only one. Usually there's 10 by now.
No, I'm being nice because he's a Southern boy. You got your work wife here.
No, she's from Michigan, so she
Michigan?
can say.
Oh, yeah.
Nice lady. All, But normally I would have already cursed him out 3 times
At least,
already.
yeah.
But we're like, people think we're married because usually I'm like, like,
Yeah, no, we get along.
no, we
good.
get along great. But so I love this whole I could talk to you for hours about all of this because I'm so intrigued by this particular topic, especially after what I've gone through this year.
Yeah, you went through a lot.
But before we go any further, you guys didn't notice, but our pizza got delivered
Uh-oh.
from How You Doin' Pizza. Now,
Another
are you
neighbor.
familiar with
Yes.
How You Doin'?
Yes.
Another
Okay,
neighbor.
so How You Doin' is a gourmet, organic, sourdough crust pizza that's not only just here in Boca Raton, 2 locations in Boca Raton, and they're going to have another one. They have a location in Boynton Beach. They have a brand new location in Coral Springs.
I love it.
And they have one in Las Vegas, which I was so privileged to be at the grand opening at not only Las Vegas, but also Coral Springs. So Tony is dying. Eric, you're missing this. Tony was just standing there trying to show you what a wonderful job that he does serving and cutting and wheeling. And
Not only is he a bartender,
not only is he
He's
a
a great
bartender,
pizza server.
but he's a pizza cutterer too.
a cutter. No, but this stuff, the meats, they get them flied in from Chicago.
Flied in.
Yeah.
Wow.
They get him flied in.
Flown in.
Have another cocktail, Joe.
Come on, I'm a New
So,
Yorker. They
but-
get them flied in.
They get him flied in
They get
from
'em
Chicago.
flown in. from
And the
Chicago.
tomatoes are flown in fresh from New Jersey. The mozzarella is
They don't fly the mozzarella. They
no,
make
the
it here.
mozzarella is made fresh. This is a family business, though. This is not just like a franchise where they just like Domino's. This is a family business. Everything is fresh. It's organic.
Which
it's
one
amazing.
they give us today, I wonder?
Thank you so much. Yes, we know Tony should be wearing gloves, but we don't do that here. We're old
They don't make
school.
gloves when they make the pizzas. So don't
They
worry
didn't.
about it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Here you go. I forget what kind of pizza it is
Looks
today.
like
It's mushroom.
It's their mutz and basil, right?
Yeah.
I like
old
it.
school.
There's
Can I
one
have a
they give
plate,
us sometimes.
please?
It's got a
Can I have a plate?
kick to
Thank
it,
you. You're
like
so
a little
good to me. You're
spice.
so good to me,
If you ever
Tony.
wanna-
Thank you.
Which is what? That's the spicy meatball one, right?
I love the spicy. Is there? Okay, what is this?
Salud.
Okay, we're gonna say salud. Cheers. You're gonna get a little crunch. You hear that?
My favorite part. My favorite part of the show.
So we're like Gavones because we eat in front of everybody and we don't give a shit.
Good, huh?
Very good.
Look at my hairline. What's up with that? The lighting in here is killing
I
me.
know. You're making me make appointments for hair transplants after coming.
I'm ready to buy a wig. Oh,
Where in Las Vegas are they open at?
right on the strip.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, right on the strip across from. Oh my God. I want to say the Cosmopolitan. I was there. I should remember, right? It was back in December.
So it's like where Chick-fil-A is right there.
All right, good
But-
stuff.
That's very good.
So, how you doing? And then we have St. James iced tea.
Another sponsor.
Which we love. No sugar or very little sugar. This is another gourmet product.
And you have it in your drink, right?
Yes. So this is what I call, and I'm encouraging St. James to do this same. They should TNT. Tito's and tea. It's dynamite. Oh, and I have strawberry buttholes, but I don't want to.
We haven't talked about your buttholes in a while.
I know, because I don't want to traumatize the guests. But you know what? I think Scott can handle it.
I can't.
I'm feeling like Scott is a little more.
You don't have that many buttholes in that one.
No, I have a ton of buttholes.
But all on the bottom. The bottom
No,
of the bowl.
this. I want to find a good one that looks like. No, that looks a little warped.
That's a beat up.
Eric, are you?
It's a beat up bowl.
Are you? Eric, can you focus in on the butthole? That's a little more. That's like a combination butthole vagina. And I'm gonna eat it.
Enjoy.
So good. So good. I might need a special insurance policy for that, Scott.
Well,
The butthole policy? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Listen, the way things are going in this world, everyone may need a butthole policy.
Yeah.
What?
It's basil wrapped on.
My basil
We're all chewing.
died. Basil Rathbone died.
Do you have insurance?
Forget about it.
Who's that?
My basil.
Oh, died?
My beautiful basil on my patio.
Oh, yeah?
That was that big. Someone told me I needed to cut it down.
You do. You can't make them grow too big.
Well, let me tell you something. They were beautiful and healthy and happy,
Yeah.
and they loved the way they were. And I cut it down like they told me to, and it must have went into shock. Basil was not happy.
You whacked basil.
He did not like it. And he just and that was it.
That's the
He
end of
never
that.
came back. Never came back.
You have insurance policy for that?
No,
Okay,
no.
No basil insurance? God damn it.
You got to restart again.
So tell us about the wealth management part.
Well, wealth management is very similar to the insurance part. It's defensive because you're trying to, as you get older in life, you're trying to put something away, protect yourself for emergencies, and you go with Social Security and your retirement plan.
Right.
So you adjust that. So you want to make sure that you have enough money to live on the same kind of income that you're making today. So if
Right.
you're making $100,000 today, you want to make sure you're living on that, not on $35,000.
When you retire, yeah.
Yeah, because once you quit, you quit.
And that forces a lot of people to go back to work that don't plan.
And they don't have the same kind of job or income, and it's very hard
Yeah.
emotionally and physically to do that.
That's why you see a lot of elderly people working in McDonald's.
I'm going to go to work at Walmart.
There you go.
I would love to be a greeter.
No, you don't.
A greeter?
And not a greeter. A greeter.
A greeter.
A greeter.
Like welcome to
And then
Walmart?
check their bags when they leave. But I want to ask you, Scott, this is a really specific question. Because I just turned 62. And there are conflicting reports. Should I take my Social Security now or shouldn't I?
If you're still working, I definitely would not take it. I'd wait to
No.
67, and you can take 100% of it without paying taxes on it. You take it at 62, it'll be taxable.
Oh, it's taxable at 62. Oh, fuck that.
Is it? I take it.
I was going to take it.
I'm 63. I take it.
Well, you're your own business. You probably write a lot of stuff off.
Yeah.
So on a W-2, it would be deadly for you. If you have a 1099, you're writing things off. You can make it work that way.
Yeah.
I was actually considering taking it.
It ain't much. But
I'm going to listen to you. So 5 more years, I get 100%
Understand.
not taxable.
No.
You
If
take
I'm gonna-
it 2 months before your birthday. Before you're
Yeah.
67. So 66 and 10 months.
I took it at 62. Because who the hell knows if I'm going to be around 5 more years, you know? Get what
What are
I
you
can
talking
out,
about?
get what I can out of the government now.
Yeah, but it's taxable. So they're taxing your check.
Yeah.
But he's a 1099. He probably has deductions he can do. A lot of people
Oh.
don't have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. But you're going to wait?
Well, I'm still working.
Yeah, she does. She works full time.
I'd wait, and then if you marry somebody, you can use their Social Security. Yeah.
There you go. You know,
And
let me
I
tell-
can't collect my ex-husband's Social Security, right?
You were married 10 years, were you?
No.
I think you have to be married 10 years. I'm not sure what the law is back then, but it's 10 years now.
I still have his last name. Can I fake it?
Not
Not
today.
now that we said it on the podcast.
No.
since
God
I
damn it.
since I retired, I've been working harder than when I was working.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're still active. You both are still active. But when you quit and you try to come back, it's almost impossible.
Yeah. Now I'm doing like my hustle here and there, but
Because when you stop, you come to a complete stop.
yeah,
And then
I can't do that.
And once you do that, it stops.
No, I'm more busy. My days go so fast now than when I was working full time because I'm always
You'll live longer that way,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yes,
So
Doc.
let's dispel the myth about insurance salesmen. What do you do for fun?
I go to concerts. I go to sports. I'm a big basketball and football fanatic. I go to a lot of sporting events, and I go to a lot of music events. And I go to a lot of restaurants.
You like to eat out? Me too. I love to cook.
What's
too,
your
but-
favorite restaurant?
For steak, New York Prom.
Good choice.
Yeah, I think,
Love New York Prom.
I think Hyde Steakhouse is right behind it.
Italian?
Italian, Romano's over here is probably the best one.
Trattoria?
Yeah.
Sushi?
I'm not a big sushi.
I,
Nah.
I was
I
gonna
eat it,
say it
but-
doesn't look like a sushi guy.
No. No,
And pizza? How you doing?
Well, we know what you like for Mexican.
Downstairs, well, it's convenient. I go there. Yeah, exactly.
Downstairs.
Yeah, and the
Cigars?
strikes.
That's where I seen you.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where I've seen
I was
you.
there last night.
Yeah, that's where I've seen you.
I knew. I didn't know.
I didn't know when he. That's when he said.
I
it.
didn't know, but I knew. He said, this man is a cigar smoker. That's why I
He's
asked.
friends with Charlie. Of course he is.
Yes.
Yeah, Charlie's a big cigar guy.
Everybody in Miami smokes cigars. Pretty
What's
much.
your favorite cigar?
I like Monte Cristo. I'm not an expert. I just.
Monte
You just
Cristo's
enjoy
my
it.
favorite too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not what do they call those guys? Cigar what?
I've got-
Aficionado.
Yeah.
Aficionado. Yes.
I get the magazine, but that
That doesn't mean I'm one, but I just like to smoke Monte Cristo once in a while, laugh, have a good time.
Well, with whiskey and that, and some guys talking, it's good.
That's why you like Jack. I knew it, brother.
Do you get back? Do you get back to North Carolina?
I was in Charlotte this past week.
Okay.
I go to Charlotte a lot.
Okay.
So many-
Family there, or
Family's there. I'm on the athletic board at UNC Charlotte. I have a lot of clients there, and that's where I grew up.
So many people I know from Florida moved that way.
Charlotte's a great town, great
Could be
people.
the other way.
Great buying houses,
Yeah.
especially Charlotte's on the South Carolina border. South Carolina real estate is very, very affordable.
one of my besties lives in North Carolina, but I do not know where. But she met her second husband. She was living here. She met him, believe it or not, online. And he's amazing, and I'm so happy for her. But he's a North Carolina boy.
Yeah.
You know,
All right,
we're all God-fearing up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Well,
nice.
she
I've
is
been there
too.
many times. All right,
She is.
we're down to 2 minutes left, so we got to wind it down.
Yeah, we got to wind it down. I can't believe it.
I know,
This
went
was
fast.
really informative.
Thank you for having me.
And you are, as Charlie said, one of our previous guests, so interesting. And you are a fountain of information. And I do want to make an appointment with you to
Me too.
talk
I love
about.
that.
Yeah, because
We'll go together so I could get some life insurance on you too.
Well, then I'm getting life insurance on you.
And I better watch my back.
You better watch it,
So
buddy.
tell everybody where they can find you.
Yes.
All your information.
The best place to find me is at scottstorick.org. My phone number is 561-862-8051. And we're at Meister Park. American.
And you have a website?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
scottstorick.org.
.org. Okay. And what is the name of your company?
I work for National Life Group.
National Life Group. And if someone were to put in nationallifegroup.com, could they then find you
Yes,
on?
yes, we're listening.
And we have 1 minute left. You have a folder in front of you.
Yes.
What is that?
This talks about living benefits, and
We were just
I wanted to
telling
leave that with you.
Oh, you're going to leave that with us?
Yes.
Okay.
And it talks about how it helps you in different parts of your life based on a doctor's diagnosis.
Okay.
Which is
Just tells you, basically, be prepared.
it tells you if you got diagnosed with something that you don't freak out that you can't work and you're not going to have any money coming in. This is the way to give
Right.
you freedom that you didn't pay a lot of money for it to have that kind of coverage.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, this has been really fantastic. And I don't mind telling you, it was cathartic for me because I rarely get to talk about the experience that I had this past year.
That's a horrible experience.
Other than with the attorneys that I spoke to and my dear friend Sherry. Very few people know what I went through because I don't really talk about it. It's not really something you want to talk about. But thank you for listening. And I know that there are people out there that have probably been through something like it or, so it's really important, people, to speak with someone like Scott or Scott himself and get your affairs in order and have everything in writing. It's so important to have it in writing and not just on a notepad. Have it in writing, but legally documented and with, attorneys and, notarized and all the things. Because I don't want to say when the shit hits the fan, but
And you shouldn't.
for the lack of a better phrase,
Right. You shouldn't wait till you're in your.
you should not wait.
Do this.
Don't wait until something happens
Let's do
to
it.
address it.
It's too late or very expensive to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it happens, then it's too late. you can't fix it then. It's too late.
No, I got to go see Scotty, talk to him.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Great show.
Thank you. Great show. Another great show. Thank you.
Make
Thank
sure
you, Scott.
everybody follows us and
Yes.
subscribe.
Follow, subscribe, like, comment, share, all the things. Thank you so much, everybody. Good night.
Good night.
What the fuck? That's it?
Yeah, Joe. That's it. Until next week, when we have another fantabulous episode of the We Talk Funny podcast.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our show and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform at We Talk Funny. See you next Tuesday.
C-U-N-T.